Hi everybody, welcome back to School of Scarlet. Today I have another message for you. So today's message is hopefully a message that will help you to release a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and really get you back into your power. So all of these messages that I'm putting out are going deeper and deeper. So it's not a coincidence that you landed here on this channel or that you're receiving today's message. So oftentimes we can think that we have to hold the world together, that we have to control everything in order to experience the life that we want. When we're listening to a lot of these videos, even including some of mine, we often begin to think that we have to be the ones to manifest this, to create the purpose in our life, to heal and fix the traumas of our life. And I want to let you know that there are some spiritual practices that you can totally let go. As a matter of fact, you can let go of everything. And why is that? Well, I want to share with you today that I saw a little seed. I think I had let you know that I was planting some flowers recently. And this is one of the things that, had happened after I cleaned up my flower bed area. I cleaned it up. It looked really nice. And so I felt like, oh, let me plant some seeds. And so I planted some seeds for some flowers, and I felt like, okay, they're going to maybe bloom, and I know it's fall, I know it's going to be winter, and they're probably going to die, but there'll be, a little bit of time that I'll be able to experience the beautiful flowers. And so today, one of the seeds started to sprout, and so today's message came through as I saw that. So a seed essentially doesn't have to force itself, doesn't have to do anything really other than meet the sunshine, meet the water that's there, and just naturally bloom or naturally, sprout. So just like that seed is in a very natural state of being, so are you. We oftentimes get confused in thinking that we are the doer, that we are the ones that are orchestrating everything, but you're not orchestrating everything. When we think about our breathing, for example, we're not sitting there conscious of every breath, making it happen. We're not conscious of the weather, of everything around us that's happening. It's not you that's literally doing everything. So you are one with God, and with God all things happen, but you essentially aren't the one doing it. So you can let go of that responsibility and really abide in the co-creation of everything that is already happening. You can have what we call faith. You can have what we call trust in God, that you will be led to the right places at the right time, and that everything will happen in its divine timing as it's supposed to happen. So we can really get confused in thinking again that we have to be in high vibration, for example, that we have to have positive thoughts, that we have to do all of these things in order to have a great day. Well, today was a really busy day for me. A lot of things got done that I didn't know would get done. One of the things that I experienced when I experienced what I call non-duality was that I'm not the one doing it. And so in that experience, my sense of self pretty much fell away, and I got to see everything for what it was, the raw, things happening as they are, just awareness, consciousness, God, here and now, and everything that is happening. And when I saw it that way, I really noticed that, regardless of what I thought I was doing, it's all happening anyway. So whatever that is in your heart, whatever that you think you're having to make happen in some way, just know that it's already happening. You're already being led to all of these things within your heart. So one of the things that we can learn to do is to just simply align with God's will. And as things happen, just have faith that whatever is happening, whether it seems good or bad in our opinion, is happening for our highest good, and that God is already within every detail of our lives. So this message really should release a lot of the control that you felt that you had to, hold in order to even go through your days. For example, having to monitor your thoughts and, all of these things. Thoughts just come and go like clouds just come and go. And, yes, you can try to have a better day by doing some of the things that you enjoy doing. but you can't control this whole world. I know that this week, not for myself, but like for my husband, he was driving home and there was a lot of accidents on the road this week. So he was late coming home and just different things like that. We can't control the traffic. We can't control the weather. We can't control every aspect of our lives. We have to learn to flow with it. We have to learn to go with it. Not try to force the flow, but go with the flow. So things will happen, and it's not for us to judge them if they're good, if they're bad, if they need to be a different way, if we're out of vibration, if we're doing something wrong, if we're a bad person because this is happening. That is not for us to do. We simply have to meet whatever is happening, just like the seed meets the sun or the rain, and just take it in and just know that everything is happening for our highest good. So you don't have to make your purpose happen. Your purpose will meet you. You will go to the right places at the right time. Things will begin to happen to align you to your purpose. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to force anything in your life necessarily. You don't have to hold this world together. So I hope that this kind of releases some of the stress, the anxiety that we can begin to feel when we think that we have to do everything in our lives, that we essentially are the ones responsible for everything that's happening. You aren't the only one responsible for everything that's happening. Everything that's happening is already happening just perfectly as it is. Whether or not you feel you're doing it, it's still going to happen. You could wake up one day and not have a to-do list, not have a plan. And that's what I'd wake up every morning, really not having a plan. And everything still gets done. Everything that needs to and was meant to get done will get done. I don't have to create the whole plan for my life, because I've learned through life that, life really is funny. It will really take you down paths that you never knew that you would be on. And you just have to meet God in that, whatever it is that you're being called to do, wherever you end up. You just have to accept and go with that flow. And in that you grow. You naturally grow towards the things that were ultimately meant for you anyway. So I think there is a Bible verse about this. You can create your plans and all of these things. I don't know the exact verse, so comment down below, or if I find it, I'm going to pin it in the comment down below. But you can create plans in your life, but ultimately God will direct your path or your steps. So you can come up with so many different things and whatever that you think that you want in your life, but ultimately God is already directing your steps. You don't have to worry about all of that. You don't have to plan out every single minuscule thing about how something's going to happen and try to make it happen. You don't have to effort. You don't have to do any of these things. You could actually relax right now and release and relinquish that sense of doership and just allow things to naturally happen, because you weren't ever doing them anyway. They were already just happening at God's will anyhow. So release that control, release the identification as the doer, and allow God to show you the way naturally, in a way that's not stressful, in a way that doesn't make you be the person that has to hold everything together, that has to create everything for yourself, because you were never doing it anyway. And all things that are happening are simply happening, and you don't have that sense of control that you thought you had. So I know that this message can be deep. I know that it can feel as though sometimes we feel like we are broken in some way, that we have traumas, and we can also get on the hamster wheel of thinking that we have to fix our traumas, that we have to do all of these things. But just know that you don't have to do any of these things. You don't have to fix your traumas in order to be happy. You don't have to think a certain way, do anything a certain way. You simply have to love yourself. These parts of you are simply wanting to be loved and be accepted as they are. The more that we reject them, the more that we push them away, because it's not a happy thought, it's not a positive thought, it's not it's showing up as trauma, and we push it away and we say this is wrong, it shouldn't exist, it wants to come more. And so what's happening is these things are just simply wanting to be seen, to be loved, to be accepted, that they can be here and exist as well. So when you accept those things, when you give them love and you meet them where they're at, they begin to relax, they begin to kind of relinquish the control over your life, and you're able to see more clearly. you're able to hear more clearly the path that's already being laid before you. So I hope that this message found you well. If it resonated with you, leave me a like down below. Take what resonates, leave what does not, and I will catch you on our next message. I love you all.